Okay, we took a screenshot of a satellite image in Google and we reduced it down to a perfect square, holding down Shift and using the crop tool. We also took out the color and made it high contrast. So imagine this is one puzzle piece, and we are going to take this puzzle piece and put it together into a radial pattern, a new design. Um, so we need to figure out, if we're going to put this into a puzzle, we need to figure out the size of this puzzle piece so that we can make a document that's big enough to house all four pieces. So if I go to image and I go to image size, it will tell me that this perfect square is 5.635 inches by 5.635 inches, and then it's 96 resolution. All right, these are important numbers to note because if we're going to create a document that can house four of these, we have to make sure that we double it horizontally and double it vertically in size. Okay, so this is 5.6. I'm going to round up to 5.7. Actually, I'm going to round up to 6, just to make it really easy. Say this is 6, so I'm going to imagine this is 6 by 6. So to double that, it would be 12 by 12. And I'm going to keep the resolution the same. So now that I know that, I can cancel this, and I can go to File, New, and I can make this document big enough so that it'll fit four of these. So 12 inches by 12 inches. So we rounded up and doubled it. And then that was 96 resolution. I'm going to call this my last name road trip radial. Okay. So you see now we have this big square. Well, to put four of our original puzzle pieces in here, we have to click, first rip it off the tab, it's easy, and then just click on it, click on the image and drag it in, and drag it in, and drag it in, and drag it in, and drag it in for a fourth time. Now I can close this window down. No, I do not want to save changes to that. And then all I do is put these puzzle pieces into place. Um, You can do one of two things with this. You can either select each layer individually and move them. What I like to do is I like to click the auto select button so that if I just click on the image it will change the layers automatically. Another thing that I'm going to do before I get too carried away is I'm going to go to View. I'm going to go to Snap to. Actually want to snap to, or I just want to hit Snap. It's fine. Because I want these to snap so that they'll be perfectly clicked into place. So if I snap them in, snap, 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 and that will kind of line them up. It's easier for me. And then to get rid of this white space out here, because we rounded up, so the file is a little too big, we just use the crop tool, and we just grab this corner and just shrink it to fit perfectly, and then when we're done, we hit enter. So now we can start to flip and rotate these shapes until they match up perfectly. They're going to be mirror images. So if I were to select, say, this tile here in the upper left quadrant, and then I would go to Edit, Transform, and I can go to Rotate, and I can go to Flip, and I can rotate and flip this until it matches up perfectly. So I'm going to start to do that now. It takes a little while to figure out, exactly how you need to flip things and rotate things. So I'm going to go ahead and start to do that, and I'll show you what the end result is when I'm done. Alright, so I had to rotate these a couple times, and some of them I had to flip horizontally. Again, all of that is in Edit, Transform, and you have rotations and you have flips. So I had to rotate and flip these until I had this radial pattern, and you can see that because it's the same image, double or quadrupled, when you rotate and flip, you can find a way to make it mirror image. So I have now this sort of radial pattern that is perfectly symmetrical in each direction. So it makes this sort of interesting pattern. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go ahead and file save as, and save this as my last name, road trip radial, as a Photoshop document. I'm going to go ahead and save it in my H drive, and then I'll go ahead and make another video where we put it into Illustrator and begin to put our own colors into the design. Okay? Thanks for watching.